All right. Hi, everybody. It's Cameron one more time. And this week, this is the last stream of the week. Hello. With me is...
It's me, Max.
It's him, Max.
It's true.
He's here. It's true. All right. Last time we played... hi, NoobTube. Hi, Rathlerosa. It is Mario multiplayer time, so that is exactly what I'm about to do. I'm going to go... I've already done the desert, right? Let me just confirm my progress. So, I have done the World 1, World 2, World 3, World 4, and World 5. Today we are doing World 6, which is the something bog. Before I get too far into it, let me post those things on the social media. Thanks everybody for hanging out.
The bog.
Next week, I anticipate less streaming from me. I think it was me and Danny this week. Next week, I'm hopeful that Nate and/or Tom will be back on Wednesday, and I might take a break from the Thursday stream in general just to recover the engines. We'll see how close I get in Mario today. But I think this might be the last world. I guess I don't know the structure of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But hi, Boom Headshot. How's it going? So I went to the dentist today. Let me show you the teeth, the chompers. Let's get up in that camera. I was...
When you said that, I was like, are you about to pull them out? Like, was there removal? Like...
No, so I my dentist has remarked several times on my good oral hygiene.
Nice.
It is something I got from my parents specifically because they did not... My mom had pretty good, but my dad, living in the farm in Iran, like, dentistry just wasn't really a thing.
But was Coca-Cola?
Not so much. So it kind of evened out, but he still has had cavities and needed fillings and stuff.
Yeah.
I've been lucky. I think I don't. So to Max's point, I tend not to drink sodas at all.
But if you drink soda and you have Iranian dental care, it's basically the same as
Just
living
dentures.
in Appalachia.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. It's not just Iranian dental care. It's like in the States, it's a...
Oh,
like,
yeah. Genuinely Appalachia. Like,
yeah.
Feed your kid a bottle of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and there, like, the access to dental hygiene is not available everywhere. Max, I guess I don't answer if it's personal, but I assume that being in Cincinnati, you guys have you got like doctors and dentists and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, actually, one that I go to is literally 10 minutes away.
Oh, nice. So I'm gonna name drop mine, NR Dentistry, NR Family Dentistry. It used to be Taylor Family Dentistry, but now it's NR Family Dentistry.
Mine's a super generic name.
Taken over by a very nice lady, and it is... The reason I'm bringing her up is because her reviews online haven't been good, but I specifically love her.
Right?
Yeah. I love her style. Oh, I got a buddy? Oh, who's my buddy?
In our dentistry?
Yes. I think she's a great dentist. She's a dommy mommy.
Sorry about my dog in the background.
Oh no, we can't even hear them. You know what?
They're currently battling atop my bed. Kind of like the scene in Star Wars. One of them is getting the high ground.
So she's not the most gentle of dentists, but if you want to come out of a dentist chair and feel like your soul has been purified, go to NR Family Dentistry. They'll fucking get you clean. And that's what I want from a dentist. I don't want bedside manner. I don't want to be coddled. I want to come out afterwards feeling sanitized. Like, to me, there's nothing better than it's like self-care. Someone's in there flossing my teeth for me. They're doing the fluoride. Highly recommend the fluoride treatment. They're doing all this stuff, and it's not like whitening. Like, it's not like cosmetic crap. Set a password. If I have that up, I should probably set a password.
So this is really interesting. My dentist does have like a name for their business.
Yeah.
But on Google Maps, it's just the name of the person. And doesn't even show up when I like zoom in all the way.
Is it just like their house?
No, I mean it's down like, well, you know where Love Madera Road is, right?
Yes.
It's on Love Madera Road. So I mean like it's right on like the thoroughfare.
Interesting.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Michael Kramer DDS, which is kind of interesting. But I know it actually has a name and has a sign out front, so I'm like, huh.
Yeah, that is interesting that it doesn't even show, like, okay.
So, actually, their sign out front nowadays does say Michael Kramer DDS. But that definitely said something more generic previously.
Maybe it's he was part of a larger practice and he...
I'm kind of wondering, yeah, and I know, like, he was, playing hardball with some of the insurance companies, and, ended up not being in my network for some time, but I still went there, because I'm like, well, you're doing a good job.
Nice.
I'll pay you.
You felt, purged and your soul was saved after a visit to your dentist?
Yes, I felt uplifted, if you will.
It's an important feeling. It is. It gets funny. I wouldn't call it a fetish because it's not a sexual thing. Although I will say, what show was it?
I knew that's what you were gonna say. Bakemonogatari.
Did awaken something in me.
I was gonna say it if you didn't.
It was something I didn't realize I wanted before.
Many people didn't realize.
Yeah. But... Ah, shit. Oh, I think I already fucked myself.
That show. Holy shit.
Yeah. But... It is, like, there's just a... Like, the same feeling I get when I go to the spa or something like that. When you come out afterwards and you feel like the entire top layer of your skin has been removed and you're just, like, born anew. Like, yeah. A good dentist
like
should...
a 40k psyker right after they've gotten out of, the warp, right?
Yeah. A good dentist should make you feel that way. Maybe not the 40k psyker, but a good dentist should make you feel that way. And the complaints I was seeing on NR Family Dentistry was like, oh, she's, like, not gentle enough. And it's not like they're complaining about pain. They're just saying that she does a thorough job and gets your fucking mouth clean. And I think that is horseshit.
I've always thought that's kind of funny when people complain about, my gums bled when they, went to go clean my teeth, and I'm like, well...
Yeah, you should
that's
floss
not
more.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that doesn't normally happen, right?
Yeah. Ooh, you can see the castle behind you. I didn't even notice that.
The Warlord Titan, you mean?
Yeah.
That is actually, I'm pretty sure that'd be a Imperator Titan.
Oh, nope.
Oh,
okay.
I just started reading a new 40k book. That's why it's on my mind right now. They're having two characters meet that I've really wanted to see meet. That actually, I think it's been a fan favorite to see them meet in the lore. Fabius Bile and Belisarius Cole. Fabius Bile is basically, like, since 3rd edition, he's been one of the only characters who's been, like, trying to improve on Space Marines. But he's Chaos. So, you know, that's not ideal if you're an Imperial player. And then Call is actually...
Nope. Okay, clearly I'm not doing something right.
To improve on Space Marines.
I just need to leave. Muncher Fields. Yeah, so the new book is in the like most recent time period, or it's going back and
Yes,
looking at
yeah, it's called Gene Father. I think it came out recently.
Muncher Fields. Okay, what's it
Father.
say?
Let me check.
Nothing else?
I just saw it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go pick that up. And then I was like, you know, I think this came out like pretty recent. Let me see here. It'd be nice if they actually put like a published date on here. Guess we're gonna have to rely on Wikipedia to tell me. Published in October 2023. So it was a little while ago, but I mean that means that the lore is pretty dang recent on it. They just got, well, I say just got done, but I'm talking in Warhammer timescales here, which is like for the first 20 years of my life, the story did not progress. So, you know, that kind of gives some context to what I mean by recently. They ended up doing a trilogy for Fabius Bile, where basically like one of them was like if each of the stories presents a path that he could have taken, and one of them is like if he completely went off on his own. The other one is like if he were to redeem his legion, and the final one is like him being corrupted. Sort of. I mean, he was already stuck in the Eye of Terror, but, well, sort of stuck in the Eye of Terror. He could leave, but he kept all his facilities there. Kind of like an embargo, more or less. Like, he can leave the Eye of Terror, but he's not exactly, welcome in Imperial space.
Yeah.
To say the least. He, the one where he had the option to redeem his legion is really interesting. Is it okay if I talk about that?
You said these are all what ifs?
They're not what ifs, they're just because there's a lot of demons and psychers involved. We get an idea, or at least a how you say, like a maybe not an accurate representation of what the future could have been if he had done certain things, but we get an idea that people are manipulating him to try to prevent certain things from happening. And during the events of each story, it's either, like, there's one pretty well-known path that you get an idea people are trying to prevent him from going down. And one of them was, like, redeeming the Emperor's Children Legion. And that was probably my favorite one, because we also get to meet the other character that I'm really hoping comes together with Belisarius Cawl and him at one point. We get to see Fabius Bile meet the Necron Lord Trazian, the Infinite. He's a Pokemon master. He uses these Tesseract cubes to capture people and puts them in his museum.
Oh yeah, he's like the collector.
Yeah. He is a 40k player in 40k. He actually brings his spares to battle with him. I'm not even kidding. He brings his spares because he doesn't have many of his own troops. So he'll like pack up spares that he keeps in his museum in case a exhibit gets damaged. And he'll chuck them into battle and use Mind Shackle Scarabs to make them fight on his side.
Oh shit.
So like during the destruction of Cadia, he's just like flinging Tesseract cubes and like letting out like Terminator squads from M30. An Inquisitor with her stormtroopers.
Oh shit!
He just throws her into battle. It was pretty great, as he's just unleashing chaos when you're already at the Eye of Terror.
Okay, what do you want me to do here?
And then you have so. Do you care if I talk about the one where he attempts to redeem his legion?
No, go ahead.
Basically, he clones their Primarch, Fulgrim, and we get a understanding that even though there is a corrupt Fulgrim, who is a demon prince, we get the understanding that there's still one soul between both of them. Just now it's that one of them isn't corrupted. The vessel, which is interesting.
The demon prince becomes aware that there's another him.
Yeah, and the non-corrupt one becomes aware of that too. They seem to share like they seem to share their knowledge, which is I don't know that we've ever had anything else in 40K like that where that's come up. So it was really interesting to see one of the authors try to tackle that. What happens when you have this like being who is definitely not just flesh? Because in 40K, like the Primarchs they're even if they're not psychic, they are half warp, half not. Oh, I like that.
Take me with you. Oh god.
Oh my god. You gotta go get him.
Don't leave me. I can't.
You gotta go back.
No, I can't interact with him. Okay.
Look, he's there.
So I can take those platform places.
Oh, he could have. He didn't want to die like that.
Yeah.
He begged for his life.
Yeah.
And you just said no.
Sacrifices have to be made. Ooh.
Many of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Oh, god damn it. Oh god, the background. Do you see the big one?
Yeah. But yeah,
okay. So he clones his Primarch.
He accidentally cloned his Primarch. He was trying to do it a long time ago. He goes back to one of his planets where he left behind a bunch of his experiments. And by experiments, I mean like mutants that he was making and things like that. And he finds that they've just been keeping this thing alive in a tank. Kind of like the Emperor, the incubation tanks the Emperor had.
Yeah.
And as soon as he takes it out, it's like, it starts aging just like a Primarch does. So like in like a week, it's a full-grown like person. And basically he gets to see Fulgrim grow up again as like, well, I guess in his case, he didn't see Fulgrim grow up because you need the Primarch to be there first. Well, Fabius wasn't there, but he was also a member. He's Terran. So he's actually one of the members of the Legion before they left Terra. So the Emperor made every single Legion before he left Terra, but they didn't have their Primarchs with them. But they were which means they were all recruited from Terran stock. And by recruited, I should put that in like some heavy quotes.
Conscripted, kidnapped.
Yeah, like.
Because like Spartans,
it was an honor.
Like
it was an honor to be kidnapped by the Emperor.
Yeah. So wait. Oh right, because Fabian Bile. I'm thinking of someone else. Fabian Bile is a Space Marine. The Imperial scientist guy is not actually a Space Marine, right?
No, he's something weird. He's from the Mechanicus. So he's like.
But he's also not like a cultist.
No, he is. He's just a cultist who believes in science as an actual discipline, as opposed to a religion.
I mean, he worships the Godhead?
No. Well, we get the impression that he doesn't, but like he has to put up appearances that, you know, he's part of the cult, because otherwise, you know, they'd kill him. So, like, he's actually trying to become the head of the Mechanicus, but, which implies a religious, like, you know, part of his job.
Yeah.
But
he's got to get voted in as the tech pope.
Yeah, he's from 30K, so he actually walked around when the Emperor, like, told people not to worship him. So, he's, not exactly a strong believer in the Omnissiah. And also, he's, improved on Space Marines at this point, so it's kind of like, you know, he one-upped God.
Yeah, a strong case.
Even if it took him 10k years to do that, and the Emperor did it in, like, 100. You know? He's,
I think that's cheating. The Emperor did his in, like, millennia, right? Because isn't he from like ancient Turkey or some shit?
So that's the interesting part. You're right, but we don't have enough of the story to like back it up. It's likely that he has a lot of information from when he went through the Dark Age and Golden Age of technology for humanity.
Hacks.
So like, and also he's a psyker, which means even if he doesn't like have it recorded, like what happened during those times, he can just look back.
Yeah.
Especially as powerful as a psyker he is. So like, he's hacking. You're right. So like,
it's easy to pass the test when you got the book in front of you, Emperor.
When you have the old book and the new book.
Yeah.
With every possible question.
Yeah. NoobTube. What does a Space Marine dentist look like?
Oh.
I assume those are essentially Space Marine chaplains function as dentists?
No, they'd be,
assume Space Marines regrow teeth like sharks.
I don't know about that.
I don't know
if that ever just come up.
But, like,
it's an apothecary. The white Space Marine that has the chainsaw, the chain fist, so they can cut through Space Marine armor.
Canonically, Space Marines do eat, right?
Yeah, they do.
I'm pretty sure there's canon that they, like, have,
ritualistic their armor
meals and stuff.
Not only that, some of them are cannibals, but yeah.
Yeah. So,
and also they have an organ that lets them eat other things' brains and actually get information from them. Most chapters don't have that anymore, but in 30K every chapter had it.
Oh, so they're like Croots also, kinda.
In that particular aspect, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can do some weird stuff that... And actually, the Blood Angels, like, their chapter was known for that, doing that before Sanguinius showed up.
Oh, fuck these fuckers. Okay.
That was,
Woo! Oh, they will fuck me up.
Other armies did not like working next to them, because of, their propensity to eat the enemy.
What about,
just as damaging to allied troops' morale as it is to the enemies.
Rathalarosa asks, I'm assuming this is about, are there any new people who are important in 40K? I assume this is...
Well, that's actually that's why this book is so interesting, because it takes two of what I would consider the most important 40K characters for progressing the story, and puts them together. And one of them is pretty old. I mean, he existed in the lore before I started playing when I was 10 years old. And the other one is pretty new. As new as 8th edition, or maybe it was 9th, one or the other, when they basically revamped Space Marines. He changed Space Marines. He actually patched them and made them Primaris Marines instead of just Space Marines.
Yeah, so Rathalarosa, if you're talking about characters, there is a penchant for the 40, and it's part of the theme, right? It's the theme of the world that they've crafted is one of decay, so that is why
not as much as it used to be, though.
That's true. But like if we're
because the Primarchs are
coming
basically
back.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're all coming back, but at least Bobby G's back.
Yeah. So, but I guess if you're not familiar with 40K, it is a fallen society type world where humanity used to be really, really great.
And they want to be great again.
Yeah. And it's been what do I need to do to start the fucking race?
And they're going to do it with liberal amounts of fascism and hatred for the Xenos.
Yeah, so essentially...
More or less.
It's essentially... I don't know when the Golden Age was. I guess... 20K?
I mean, it was before... Yeah, it was somewhere between year 20,000 and year 24,000.
Okay. So
was like their golden age.
Like the height of technology and all this crazy shit. Since then, like a lot of information and knowledge has been lost. In the year 30,000, so 10, 11,000 years before the current day, the Emperor of Mankind came about and united everyone, and it was like a new, like a Silver Age, essentially, right? Not.
He was trying to bring back the Golden Age, but not repeat the mistakes where humanity became absolutely dependent on AI and gets rocked by their own creations.
Why can I
So
not
he created an
start?
army of legionary space marines to help subjugate the galaxy, which then turned on him and his own creations turned on him.
I have to hit that button.
I
Okay.
always enjoy that part of the story, where I'm like, oh man, good thing we won't repeat the mistakes of the past and have them turn on us.
Yeah,
Oh no, they turned on us!
because of that, oh shit. Okay, can't touch the purple stuff. Because of that, fall, like the reason we have so many. Oh, what the fuck? He's just gonna start. All right. God damn it. Damn it. All right, I'm not gonna be able to talk. Max, make my point
Yeah.
for me. Something about why characters,
So-
why thousands of years old characters are so
Basically,
important.
because we're talking about the entire Milky Way galaxy, any individual character is going to have a extreme uphill battle trying to change anything, and because the Emperor was basically had put himself at the center of everything and made it so that really only his choices were the correct choices, it has led to stagnation with humanity where nobody's really allowed to even change things. And they've
Yes.
gained a because during the Great Crusade, which is M30, the 30th millennium, they are trying to rediscover their past. They gain an appreciation for how much more refined the past was than their current era, which
Shit.
then you get another 10,000 years of them not progressing their society and, you know, basically worshipping the past, except that now they're worshipping like M30 instead of like M20 and 24. And it just, that basically continues to regress. Like, they have a lot of technology, they don't actually understand how it functions. They just know that if they go through the motions, they can get it up and running, but they can't replicate it.
And it's essentially become a religious practice instead of
Yeah.
like a manual on how to do things.
Yeah, the manual may even be like a religious book at this point.
Yeah.
Is what it boils down to.
But that is kind of a core tenet of that universe. But like Max said, it has been changing because I think the developers of the game have realized the marketing potential. Oh fuck!
Basically, they did an entire book series that is
Shit.
the prequel to 40K, which is 30K. We already knew the broad strokes of 30K, that basically the Emperor has 20 different sons, called the Primarchs, that he produced to be his generals.
20, surely you mean 18.
Yeah, well, two of them, something happened to them, and their names are no longer recorded.
They were daughters.
Probably. Who knows? The Emperor wasn't a fan of that, apparently. But basically,
damn it. Okay.
they did this entire story where they really fleshed out those characters, and it turns out that people really liked it when there's characters that can progress the story.
Yeah, and it's part of the I love the satirical nature of the 40K universe,
Yeah.
but that makes it hard to tell stories that people get attached to. And this is not a judgment call. If you're trying to sell an intellectual property, like
Exactly.
you want people you don't want people to think Pikachu is funny. You want people to like Pikachu. So you
Yeah.
don't want to think people
Well,
to think
you want
that,
Pikachu to exist, is basically, like, 40K, like, nobody's lining up to be, like, a fan of, like, random guardsman who shows up to the battlefield for 6 minutes.
Well, there were fans of those, but there were like 7 of them.
Yeah, and also there's one book on that.
Yeah.
Literally, the book is, I think it's called 48 Hours. It's, like, supposed to be how long a guardsman survives on the front line. And it just follows a guardsman from his first 48 hours.
I might just quit and go. Hold on. Let me exit.
But basically, that is it's not hard to market. It's just that they realize they can make a lot more when they're selling these bigger characters that actually can impact the story. Problem is that they did a really good job establishing in the lore that a lot of them are dead.
Yeah.
Or like lost in such a state that it would be nigh impossible for them to bring them back.
Like the Primarchs, for example. Like,
Well, that's
like,
exactly what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Like, there's only one that was really easy lore-wise to like bring back, and that's the one they brought back. There was one of them who was mortally wounded and kept inside a protective field that stopped time entirely inside of it. So they basically stopped him from aging at the instant that he was mortally wounded. And they were like, well, why don't we just have somebody come up with a way to, like, heal him?
Yeah.
And so there was an entire, like, story about... There was an entire actual, like, arc of 40K's story, which is kind of the first story that starts really changing the lore. That starts progressing things. And when I say progressing, I don't mean, like, progressing things in, like, a good way. Like, probably, like, in a way that where humanity ends up losing.
Yeah, I guess to that
That's
point,
another point of 40K, is that humanity is not winning. They are scraping by throwing everybody at the front line like it's World War One.
Yeah, and the only other example we have of how a story like this ends is from Warhammer Fantasy. And in that,
World
the
War
good
One.
guys do lose. What?
I said is World War One.
Yeah.
No one won.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, so I got a power up. I'm out
But
of the
yeah,
area. We're going to go back.
Like Cameron was saying, though, Warhammer Fantasy had this event called the End Times, which basically, Warhammer Fantasy it was like a reskin of 40K, where every faction had a fantasy version, where instead of having guns, they had bows and arrows, and well, both of them kept swords and magic, because as much as 40K is a science fiction, it is also heavily... It is like science fiction fantasy.
Science fantasy, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like, there's no hard science. People are, like, driving ships up to each other to ram each other in space. Like, there's so... the idea that these ships are in such a massive area, and they decide to pull up to each other to, like, broadside and, like, board with jump packs is hilarious.
Yeah, although it happens everywhere in science fiction. Like, Star Wars does it, Star Trek does it.
Yeah, well, Star Trek at least has teleporters. Is anybody jumping from the outside of a ship onto another ship? Do they do that?
In New Trek, they've done it once.
Gary, the Lost Fleet only did that once, and it was, like,
to show
very
how
well explained that,
yeah.
like, this is likely a suicidal mission for the people who are, like, trying to do this. Where they, like, basically put them on, like, an unmanned ship heading at the direction they thought that the people would leave warp in.
Yeah.
Or leave, like... And I was like, this is perfect. And also, like, the Lost Fleet does, like, this is why we don't have fighters, because that's insane, like, they'll never get back.
Yeah.
40K does that, too, except they also acknowledge that they'll never make it back. But
yeah, they just don't make it back.
People are expendable in 40K, to say the least. Like I said, it's like World War One is back in style. Like... They blow the whistle and the planes go out. Because there's a couple fights in 40K where they launch bombers out of their ship and they're like, yep, and we're turning around and leaving them. You guys just do as much damage as you can. Primarch's got to make it home. I was actually just reading a Horus Heresy book where they do that. Where they're just like, well, you guys, you serve the Emperor. Good luck.
Yeah.
Make it count.
Oh, shortcuts.
But yeah, but I was saying with Warhammer Fantasy, they had this thing called the End Times, where basically we got to see what happened when Chaos won. Chaos in this universe is like, if you've ever seen, oh god, what's that old movie?
Shit!
Event Horizon.
Oh yeah,
Event Horizon is people say it is not a prequel to 40K, and it may not have deliberately been made as a prequel to 40K, but
thematically,
it fits perfectly. Like, if you've seen it, you can use it almost as a one-to-one to how 40K's faster than light travel works. Faster than light travel works in 40K by burrowing a hole into hell.
Yeah, you take a shortcut through hell.
Yes, literally.
Take a left at my Demon Prince Tyrone.
Yeah, Demon Prince Tyrone. The Demon Prince of the left.
Yeah.
He's
Shit.
So basically in 40K and in fantasy the warp exists. And in fantasy everybody's like that's where our magic comes from. In 40K only some people are like that's where magic comes from. Because some people are like
heretics. Because magic isn't real.
Yeah, magic isn't real, but psychic powers are.
Yeah. There's a difference.
They are adamant that there is one.
It's totally different. Listen.
So much so that they will kill you for it.
Yeah. The Grey Knights, when you ask for proof, they show a chart of one of them going, bro, trust me.
Yeah. Well, they're sanctioned. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can get your psyker license and you're good to go.
Yeah.
More or less. But the thing that overlaps between those is that there is a thing called the warp, and it's where chaos demons come from. Basically, every sapient race is like leaving a echo of their emotions in the warp, and that causes bad things when your entire universe looks worse than World War I trenches. So, basically, that's why there are all these what equate to Australian wildlife living in this extra-dimensional plane that we use to travel. And they don't like that we use it to travel. And they don't really like us either, even if we didn't use it to travel. But they like us enough to keep us around, because we're entertaining.
We're also food, right? The collective belief of sentient creatures is...
Yeah, well, I mean, in the sense that, like I said, we're entertaining. That is their food, the entertainment. They need us. They need us, basically, to exist. So they actually, there's 4 Chaos Gods. They're, like, the amalgamation of, like, all these different feelings, or...
Oh, for some reason I thought there was 5 now.
There's a guy who's trying. There's another demon that's trying to be one.
Okay.
He won't get it. He's not good enough.
But yeah, so to Max's earlier point, because I'm done with trying at that race level. That shit's brutal.
Oh, but I was gonna finish with the end times there.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to go with the end times? I was trying to explain that there's an overlapping theme in both of them of the warp, and that being what ends the universe. And in 40K they are doing better because they're still alive. In fantasy, the thing called the end times actually happened and chaos won.
Yeah. Although they kind of not retconned it, but it seems like things are better now that chaos won. If we take Age of Sigmar as, like, the result of Chaos winning.
That's true. Okay. Well, and also, in 40K, it's implied that if Chaos won, it would basically chill out.
Yeah.
Because it would wipe out so many sentient species that, like, there wouldn't be enough food for it, that it would actually calm down again.
It's like a cycle.
In 20K and later, the warp was much less dangerous. 20K up to like 30. Basically, starting in 20K, it starts to get more and more dangerous.
Yeah.
That is like where you start to see like a escape velocity for like the warp becoming an existential threat. And that's when the Eldar decided to party a god into existence. They had a god named Slanesh that people call it the party god because it's the god of excess. And they basically partied hard enough to make that god exist. And it ate all their other gods.
That's the dream.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, most of the race did work on it. It was the culmination of their species, for the most part. But the Eldar are basically space elves. Because I just realized that name probably means nothing if you've never.
They're not even
seen
called
40K.
Eldar anymore, are they? Right?
Nah, they're called Aeldari, so they can be copyrighted.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, you get the 4 Chaos Gods. You have Nurgle, the god of pestilence and disease. You get Khorne, the god of war. You get Slanesh, the god of excess and just debauchery, basically. And then you get, or the party god, as some people call him. And then you get Tzeentch, the god of like planning and scheming and basically backstabbing people. Yeah, change that as well.
The closest thing there is to like, and it's not great, but if you had to pick, like if you're like, okay, I have to
you
pick
don't
a
pick
god.
Tzeentch.
You don't
no.
pick Tzeentch? Oh, I would pick Tzeentch.
No, because Tzeentch turns you into like a puddle of blue like Play-Doh.
Yeah, but they all turn you into gross shit, except...
Khorne gives you just slabs of muscle, usually.
Yeah, he makes you put, like, shit in your
and Slanesh
brain and eyes.
Makes you into something else. Just probably don't pick Khorne.
Hey.
Just pick Khorne if you're gonna pick something, probably. He'll give you a cool collar, brass collar, makes you immune to psychic, and, like, probably slabs of muscle. And, like, extreme road rage. But at least you will have the normal amount of appendages, probably.
Okay, so...
I think it's the only god where you're where you might end up with the normal amount.
I guess my thing with Khorne is odds are I'm gonna get sacrificed in a blood ritual.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, just think of it like, you know, you're going back to Aztec roots. It's fine. Did that, right?
Yeah.
I bet did that.
Ah, there we go.
You're just going full Bronze Age, which is why Khorne gives everybody bronze armor. he's bringing that Bronze Age claps back.
Ah, fuck.
But yeah, so basically the Emperor stood opposed to them. He is a human who is the strongest psyker that exists, who decided that he's gonna take on the gods. And just like every human mythology about directly facing down the gods, it goes fantastic.
Yeah. I was gonna ask...
It doesn't have any collateral damage.
Yeah, it doesn't backfire in any way.
Yeah.
Is it still canonical that he's implied to be like Jesus, or has that been retconned so now he's just a powerful psycho?
So it's implied that he has been a ton of people throughout history. We actually got a direct confirmation of one person he was, and you're gonna like this. Alexander the Great.
That makes sense.
Horace was telling a story at the beginning of one of the novels about how his father got to, what was it? Was it the Hellespont? Where Alexander the Great is like, oh no, the end of the world, there's nothing left to conquer.
Yeah.
He's telling that story to one of the Remembrancers about how his father told him that when he got to this part of the world, he was like, I thought there was nothing left to conquer. Because he wasn't a crazy powerful psyker at the time. He was just immortal. There's a bunch of humans in the series, or I say a bunch, maybe actually more like a handful, called Perpetuals. They don't age or die, and even if you do kill them, they'll actually just respawn.
And I guess that's a really good point. That is
and basically
a big reason why those characters that were around in 30K still impact the story. Like, that's how they're able to do it. They end up making a bunch of those characters perpetuals.
Basically, the Emperor didn't like the idea that these other individuals who were Immortal didn't agree with him, which is why he decided to make his Primarchs so he could get his yes men.
Yeah.
So the idea of the Primarch project was to make his 20 generals who are all basically yes men. We even somebody has a conversation with him in the second to last book in the series, which is the most current one, about that. It's one of the perpetuals who's made it to that point. I think he's there's only 4 perpetuals at that point, I think, unless they like add more later. But in 40k, as far as I know, besides the Emperor sitting on his throne mortally wounded, there's no perpetuals. They all got used up by the Emperor. Basically trying to undo the damage that he did. Because he is like... Basically, he's trying to push humanity forward, but he's like, but we gotta go fast. He will not slow down his plans no matter what. And, like, throughout the story, it's kind of implied that, like, there's a reason. But in the last book, we kind of got the implication that there wasn't a good reason.
He's just impatient.
He's just... Yes. Yeah, he's just like Sonic. He's gotta go fast. And, honestly, I think that's better. Better as a characterization, that there's no overarching plan. He's just like, we gotta get this done, guys.
Yeah.
I've been working on this for, like, 42,000 or 32,000 years.
Listen, my papers due, no more reviews. I gotta fucking turn it in.
Yeah. And boy, does he turn it in.
Yeah. I'm supposed to go on vacation. I gotta be done by tomorrow.
Basically, half of his sons turn on him. Because he lies to all of them and doesn't explain to them what chaos is. And then also decides to have a couple chapters where he tells us, like, they should have been able to intuit what chaos is. Surely they look around them and see all these psychers and, like, the implications around them.
He's like a legendarily bad communicator.
Extremely bad. I love that people make jokes about him being like Father of the Year.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's like one of his sons made it to year 40,000.
Yeah.
We did it. 1 in 20. It's not that they graduated, it's that they just survived.
Yeah, so I will say this. I am less up to date on 40k than Max is, but one of the things I very much appreciate about the 40k fiction is that the thing I don't like about Halo fiction is that the gameplay and the interesting world they create seem very disassociated. The thing I appreciate about Warhammer, even though I don't really play it anymore, is that they work hard to keep the mechanics and the... Oh, I can just do...
It is, I see. To your point there, it's almost to a fault.
Yeah.
That they do that. Because basically, like, a Primarch is a character that should be able to swing, like, wars by themselves. So the idea of, like, fielding that as, like, a model on the table is kind of like, you know, I get to field, like, the most Mary Sue character possible, and it has to have rules.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how you actually make balanced rules for this guy.
Yeah, I guess you have to, like,
everything's busted.
What they talk about, yeah, when they talk about movie Marines. So human space Marines are crazy super soldiers that are also, like, better than anything most aliens have. So,
and the only aliens that are left at this point, because the Emperor basically said to kill all the aliens, we have selected for the only aliens who could survive Space Marines.
Yeah, and to that,
Meaning what's left could live in Australia.
yeah, yeah. I guess to that end, though, what's interesting is, fuck. It's just me killing myself. There were rules that came out, like right now.
Oh, the movie Marine rules.
Yeah, Space Marines
Those were
are
hilarious.
in game are severely underpowered, because otherwise you would field like 5 Space Marines versus like 5 Space Marines should cost you 2,000 points basically.
Because there are, the way the lore works out, there are Space Marines that are just fielded as like 5 of them to like intervene in battlefields,
Or
not
like,
because
take
they're
over
like
planets.
Yeah, but see, some of that is also in-world propaganda, which makes it hard to like distinguish between them.
That's a good point.
But at the same time, like, their effect on morale of like what they call mortal troops, which I do really love that when Space Marines are talking about the mortal troops. I'm like, oh, you guys die too, right?
Yeah.
Some about if you bleed, you can kill it. I don't know. Feel like I heard that somewhere. Oh, ancient Terran saying.
But yeah,
If
so
it
like,
bleeds, you can kill it.
like there's a famous, and again to Max's point, it's the game rules don't really distinguish between in-universe propaganda and out-of-universe like information.
Yeah, they're trying to model it all at the same time.
So like the famous one for me is right the Emperor's big battle. A lot of the Emperor's wars were specifically against the orcs.
Yep.
And he like conquers an orc star system, and he does it with like 100,000 Space Marines. And when we think of like 100,000 troops, like that is what, for an real world example, that's what like Israel sent over to Palestine.
Yeah.
That is not what you use to conquer like multiple planets.
Yeah.
And part of that is, again, these are like fiction writers. They're not necessarily like trying to be accurate in terms of
a ton of that lore was written a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like the Horus Heresy, which is the event where the Emperor, half his sons decide that they're done with his bullshit. That was written before I was born.
Yeah.
So like the people writing it,
God damn it,
at the time, I would say they weren't writing for longevity.
Yeah, they were writing it because it was funny and crazy.
Yeah, and nobody really like cared at the time. We weren't trying to write like well, I guess like what, millions of dollar best selling novel series. I assume it's at least millions at this point.
Oh yeah,
probably should be more than that, I would assume. Because basically, I mean, they even have like summits where like all of the authors that worked on the Horus Heresy series would get together and make sure that if there's a character that needs to pass from one story to another that somebody else wrote, that they were treating that character appropriately. Basically, that the author who like originally took ownership of that character, like, was on board with what they were trying to do so that the novels would stay consistent, and that did not exist like until the Horus Heresy novel series, which is like 100-something novels at this point to do the prequel to basically set up the events of 30K.
Yes.
Also, I do really love that it only took like 200 years after the Emperor launched his Great Crusade to get back to, oh my god, Rome's on fire.
Yeah. I can't reach my friend because the boulder's blocking the way. Normally I'd smash to pieces, but I'm so dried out right now. I'd probably hurt myself trying. Alright, how many flower coins do you want? God, it's gonna take 50 flower coins for you to fucking save your friend?
The other thing I really like, Cameron, is, you're familiar with, like, the concept of the sea people, right?
The sea people.
During the Bronze Age collapse, there's this idea that, and this is, like, if you basically only take Emperor Ramses III's, like, account of things, there was a, like, tidal wave of random people from random nations that all came together to, like, basically just ransack the countryside as, like, carnies. Like, that's not... how should I say it? The propaganda version of the story
Hey,
um,
Austin, four
as
five
written
six
by the
seven nine. What's
Egyptians,
up?
is not was given a lot of weight and very little interpretation when first like people were doing research into the Bronze Age collapse. When the original,
Gotcha.
I should say, maybe not the original, but like when works that like made it into public knowledge, you know, came about. So basically, he has like all these different stone carvings, murals showing actually a lot of different cultures, but like the way it's presented is that like it was a conspiracy, but it really is not. Like there's no indication that like all these disparate like cultures came together. It's more likely that like basically one steamrolled the other and then they just moved on with them because they were looking for more land because of various climate effects at the time. But what I was getting at is I always love that. I really love that
Austin,
that the
friend
emperor
request,
could
sure.
be that the emperor could be so many different people throughout history, because I always like to believe that he was Ramses the Third, and that he's looking out at like
Oh,
the
he's
Horus
got like
Heresy and
some
is like,
deep-seated memory of this
yeah,
shit.
he's like, not the sea people again.
Gotcha.
As they're at the Imperial gates, because like Horus's siege on the Imperial Palace, or Terra, all of Earth, is like just a disparate group of like raiders show up. He's got everything he needs with him to do the siege, and there's no going back.
Yeah.
Like there was no plan to like then like rebuild Earth. Like he's just here to like mess it up.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on,
And I'm
big
like,
boy.
that's basically like what Ramsey would have you believe of the Sea People, is like, oh yeah, like they showed up, they were totally here just to sack things, and like call it a day.
Damn it.
I'm like, that's a little short-sighted for all these people who were probably agrarian beforehand. But yeah, I love the idea that the Emperor's probably traumatized by the Sea People. If you go with the colloquial telling. And also it'd be great too if the Emperor left behind another false narrative.
He does love to lie.
He does. I love how there's a chapter where Malkador is talking about how like he basically took like all of like the old like
Damn it.
all the
I
old
always
like
misjudge these fucking things.
art from the all the old art from the Louvre that like depicted hell and like kept it all. And he's like, I think he never asked the Emperor why, but he's like, I'm pretty sure he just likes to know that there's other people who saw the warp. And I'm like, that's kind of sick. I'm like, he's like basically like, well, at least I'm not the only one who has to see hell. And it's like, but yeah, you already know that. There's like shit tons of them, like driving your ships. But I guess he's like, well, they're contemporary to me.
Yeah. Yeah. my old peers.
Yeah, my old peers, the ones that lived a natural amount of life.
But yeah, so I know we originally started this conversation on someone was asking about 40k.
40k is super easy to lose.
That is 40k.
Yeah. Ta-da!
Yeah. And what did he call it? The aristocrats.
Yeah, exactly. That's a pretty good way to sum up 40k, actually. Slanesh comes out on stage.
Yeah. Damn it! Alright, maybe it's easier for me to just lead this guy.
Do all the Marines get all their powers in them?
Oh, so... Cheryl asks, have you ever played the 40k TTRPGs?
I have played, I played a couple, so I played some older 40k RPGs.
Oh, Drill Hat is what I want.
Actually, I think I played, well, I didn't play the original because Rogue Trader was the original, but
I guess it was an RPG before it was a tabletop game,
it was
right?
more like an RPG. It was like, what if we played Warhammer 40k, but you made a character sheet for every model? Like, imagine if you rolled an army of PCs for
Yeah.
40k. That's what Rogue Trader was like. I can't imagine being like, I'm gonna sit down and roll like 60 level 1s. and then sit down with a DM and another person who's my adversary. Because you also needed a GM for the game. Yeah, original 40k was something else. But there was another one that they made right before that where all the models were basically like the size of like a dreadnought or like a Tau battlesuit. I don't know like what dimensions to say those are. Like 6 inches, maybe?
Yeah.
Right? That sound about right for like a battlesuit, even with like its flying base? I think that's a... Regardless,
maybe
it's
a little
somewhere...
smaller, maybe like
it's
4.
like 4 to 6 inches tall, and
Yeah.
you have a character sheet for them, and Space Marines were absolutely insane. It would be like if your gear made you level 20, and you still could gain levels. That was basically what it was like. There were... In the campaign I played in, like, I made it to, like, level 2 or 3, and we ended up, like, just going around and fighting against a Space Marine for, like, one of our, like, last missions. And, I mean, it killed 2 of us before we got to our initiatives. With a salvo from its bolt gun. It's like it couldn't miss, like... It was healing more than we could damage at each turn. It was beautiful. Even if we had been, like, double our level, I don't think we could have done anything to it. Because also, the idea that you're gonna run into a level 1 Space Marine is really unlikely. You're gonna run into, like, some Space Marine who's been alive for, like, 400 years and is level 20 himself, and his armor already gave him the stats of a level 20.
Yeah, Austin, I'm gonna go back in for the second Wonder Seed.
So, that was a interesting situation. I always love doing stuff like that in a, Actually, Cameron, have you ever done something like that in a D&D campaign where you're just like, well, we're at the end of the campaign. Do you guys want to see, like, could you have killed this thing that's in the book that you didn't run into?
I haven't done that in a Fuck me forever. I haven't done that in a campaign, but I've done, like, that's the reason I run so many one-shots, so I can do things like I had.
So you can ask, would this kill Tiamat?
Yeah, like, would this party of level 20s kill Vecna, or something like that?
Ooh, Vecna. Isn't Vecna the god of death?
No.
Or a god of death?
He's like a... Yeah, he's an a-hole god of death.
Yeah. Like, I really enjoy in D&D that you get, like, the good god of death, the neutral god of death, and then evil god of death.
Yeah.
It's kind of been a thing for a while. And I don't know if, like, that's, like, Greek mythology or Roman, or if there's something like that in some, like, real-world mythology. But I really enjoy that. The idea that you get an alignment, you get a god of an aspect per alignment.
Yeah. NoobTube asks, did you watch the Oh yeah. So Pauly Shore is apparently making a movie. It's a biopic about Richard Simmons, which I'm kind of interested in it. Like, the trailer at least looked good.
That's interesting.
This guy kill me.
I'd be interested.
Austin, did I lose you already? There's 3 Wonder Seeds in this stage. Alright, let me back up a little bit.
Oh.
I can't get up
I guess,
now that I have the drill.
Did you already talk about Challenger Deep?
We did.
Because I wasn't here on Monday, so I wasn't... well, I was going to talk about it, but if you already went over it.
We can talk about it. I'd like to hear your perspective as the DM.
Well, I loved it. You guys found one... I mean, I had a bunch of different things planned out, because I was just like, I'm just going to roll. And you guys found, like, my favorite one of all the different encounters you could have run into.
Austin, I don't know how to get back to you. Basically,
they found a ship that is of of ownership that that likely belongs to like a nation. Basically, think like a Spanish treasure galleon. Except in this universe, it's like possible to get your Spanish treasure galleon back, and everything on it is, you know, extremely valuable. But
Austin, I'm not getting up there.
Extremely
Okay.
valuable, but also marked with like royal seals. And I love those kind of things in D&D campaigns where you're like, so what are you guys gonna do about it? You got a lot of treasure here. But all this treasure happens to have somebody's name on it.
Let me just run through things really quickly, and I'll see if I
do
can
have a
go
question
back
for you,
through
Cameron.
the cycle again. Yeah.
Can you use scrolls of a higher level in 5e than your current level? Like, I mean, like, if I have a 3rd level scroll and I'm not level 5 as a wizard,
so,
could
but they
I
have a
use it?
chance to fail.
Okay, so like, hypothetically speaking, a 9th level scroll on a 1st level character is probably going to kill them, right? Not just fail.
I don't know. I think it would just like fail to cast.
Okay. Because back in the day, those, again, System Shock, super amazing mechanic that it was, you could totally cast a scroll that you were not high enough level for, and as a 1st level character trying to cast a 9th level spell, it was like 95% chance you explode and like kill a bunch of people around you. It was kind of like if you needed the Meteor Shower spell directly on top of you, it didn't matter if you casted the scroll for Meteor Shower or if you miscast it. Which was kind of nice. I liked that. That you could wipe out an army by either casting or miscasting.
Oh, boom headshot! I'm looking forward to the new Prince of Persia. Looks awesome. I think it came out today. I don't know when I'm gonna fit into my schedule, but my intention is to play it and stream it. You're gonna need the Fire Flower, Austin. How do I give it to you?
I should totally. I would love to see somebody pass out a scroll of a 9th level magic missile.
All right, I'm following you. So I had a lot of fun playing Challenger Deeps. It was definitely
it's a variant for scroll mishaps.
Gotcha. In 5th edition.
Yeah.
So it the big thing is underwater combat. I think we got to play test some stuff, which was good.
We learned out that would not be a fun experience for if we started combat at normal distances all the time.
Yeah. And it I think it taught us that. Oh, did you turn invisible? Ah.
Yeah, so what happens, you can use a scroll that is higher level than yours. It's a DC 10 plus the spell's level, and on a failed check, the spell disappears from the scroll.
What even is... Oh, disconnected. Okay. I was like, what the... Gotcha. Awesome. Okay, I'll reconnect the room after this then. Wait, the third...
That player's in another castle.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Austin. Yeah, I know. Boom Headshot. The new Prince of Persia looks like a lot of fun. The reviews have been pretty good too, and I haven't played a Metroidvania in a little while now. I think the last one I played was probably Metroid Dread. So I'll definitely be checking it. All right. Yep. Close. Exiting the friend room. Yep. Let me create a new one. Same password. We'll do the same password and everything. Go back. Where was the friend room connection? up here. There we go.
Oh my god, this is amazing. The 6 on the spell mishap or in the scroll mishap, the spell activates 1d12 hours after the caster intended.
Ah, shit. I didn't mean to do no password.
Oh my god.
We'll change it.
And it keeps the original target, and if
Yeah,
the
Austin,
target was
I want to find the Wonder Flower. There's a rock that has it? Okay. Hold on. Exit friend room. I'm going to create it again. Sorry, Max, you were talking...
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just saying that the 6 on the scroll mishap is hilarious. It activates the spell 1d12 hours later with all of the original targeting information. And if the targeting was like a cone, it just uses the original facing. So like you could just be walking down the street like 1d12 hours later and suddenly you cone of cold.
That's really funny.
Or like, I mean, I think it's even more funny if it's just like a buff, like you stone skin, like you just immediately turn to granite, act like you're paralyzed, or you're turned to stone.
Alright, I need...
Does anybody else feel like a Medusa's around?
Alright, let's get this fucking Wonder Seed. But yeah, Bite Size B, what you were saying earlier, I know, Max, you haven't created the next event yet, but I know it's on your to-do list after you get some other things sorted out. So I think it was enjoyable enough that we, you're definitely running it again.
Another reason I haven't done it is because I also realized, we talked about another time for it, and we talked about the 20th, if I remember right, and I was like, oh shit, I have Twilight Imperium on that day.
Oh, yeah.
So, I actually need to talk to you again about a time. Because I at least want to, like, get somebody into most of the groups. So that I have somebody who experiences most of the changes.
Yeah.
So, I need to talk to you about... I think you said the 17th was also okay, right?
Of February?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll probably set it for that, then. Because I didn't really have...
You can always check the Google... That's why, like, we're using Sesh FYI. You can check the Google Calendar to see what is available for...
Oh, I meant more along the lines of, like, well, if you're personally available, but, you know, like, also for, you know, I would double-check time slots, too, to make sure I'm not overlapping with something that I'm gonna compete with.
Shit.
There'll be no competition here. It's a closed market.
Is it this dude? This jabroni? Alright, come back here. Damn it. Damn it!
I love some of the powers they added in this. Making you a...
Drill power?
Well, they turned you into a Zerg.
Oh, shit, look at this!
You have a burrow speed. Just like,
this makes so much more sense.
Oh god, what are those things called? What was that Zerg unit called? I know I know a ton of units in 40k, but then I never remember the, Zerg, yeah, StarCraft units. Let's see here.
You mean the Protoss?
The Roach! There we go. I love those. Yeah, all the Protoss, yeah. Known for their burrowing speed.
Woo! Oh, that's 3 Wonder Seeds. Killer.
Actually, is there anything
Hey,
in the
Finn and
rules
Poe,
for...
how's it going? Beautiful, thank you, Austin. What were you gonna say, Max?
I was gonna ask if there's anything in the rules for... I've always wanted to do this whenever I have a Earth Elemental. Is there anything in the rules for, like, dragging a creature underground if you have a burrow speed?
Is
that something that just, like, per
that would
DM?
probably be a
like...
ruling. Yeah.
Okay. And that's kind of what I figured, too, because it's also going to change based on, like, soil and stuff like that, depending upon your DM, of course. But like rules is written, there's no way to like do that, right?
I don't think there's no way to. They don't give a specific mechanism for it.
That's what I mean. Is like a specific like because there's forced movement, but I don't think there's anything for like. And there's even like dragging people who are grappled with as part of like optional rules, if I remember right.
Boom Headshot loved me some StarCraft back in the day. Yeah, so I really enjoyed StarCraft 1.
Oh man, you liked microing each of your units?
I mean, I was never good at it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I definitely do not miss trying to get my
Your
oh
clicks,
god, what are
actions per minute, actions per second?
those four-legged Protoss units that basically could not move themselves. Like, if you put two of them and tried to move them together, they would just clump up on each other, so you had to move them all individually. And I'm blanking on their names. God. Hold on.
Alright, let's do this. Oh my god!
You just Kirby yourself into the ground.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Fantastic.
Ugh. That was a fucking spike if I ever saw one.
I love, that happens to me a lot when I'm playing Kirby. Dragoons. I don't know why I was blanking on that. Dragoons. Those things are... They're a lot of fun to use in, like, groups, but my god, do they not move right. I mean, nothing really moves well in StarCraft 1, but, in particular, trying to get all those... You would think a ranged unit would require you to do less juggling of, like, your units to make them all show up at the same spot at the same time. Or at least be within range of whatever you're trying to shoot.
I gotta learn this shit.
It was not, simple to say the least. And then you watch somebody who's actually good at it do it, and you're like, holy shit. They're like, every unit... It's micro on another level, because every unit is getting their attention.
Yeah. Yeah, StarCraft 2 never grabbed me the way 1 did.
The units are... So, like, after playing Age of Empires 2 a bunch, I was listening to somebody, Winter Gaming, who does a bunch of StarCraft content, and he was talking about how, because he had just gotten into, he had been doing some AoE 2 himself, and he was talking about how much more deadly StarCraft 2 units are, because of how much smarter their AI is, and also some of the things that the pathing kind of... There's not as much unit collision in StarCraft, like things are allowed to ball up on each other and they will slowly spread apart. So like as they move, they can be all stacked on top of each other, but once they get somewhere, they will slowly start like pushing each other apart from each other. And that just means that all your units in StarCraft, assuming they're not like, you know, you don't have like ground units with flyers or something like that and take a weird path, are gonna show up together, whereas in AoE 2 that's not a given. But in StarCraft 1 it's like guaranteed they won't show up together. So you have quite the spectrum there of like, one of them is like you must micro to make sure your units collectively show up and do not trickle in. AoE 2 is like,
this is
all the units have collision, so they will have a hard time all getting into combat directly at once, but your army will at least show up all at the same time. And in SC2, like, your army can just stack on top of each other. So everybody is right there at the same spot.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna exit this course. We're gonna come back to this. I am really struggling with this one. Just the like hitting that jump. That is embarrassing.
If you had actually had like a mushroom, would that have been easier? Does that... I actually don't know. Is your jump higher with a mushroom? Even slightly?
All I know how to play that one. I'm just telling you how. You're... Austin, I don't understand. Oh my god. Oh, nope. No, fuck this. I was trying to help you how to do this. I guess I'm not understanding that. I feel like, is it a timing thing? I'm not, so, okay, so what I think is, if I hit the jump button at the right time, I get enough height. I don't want to race. I don't want to race. No, I don't.
Even better, can you do the jump while racing?
Yeah. Okay. So it feels like sometimes I hit it. God damn it. All right, let's. Okay. Jump at
Can you get
tip.
a mushroom before this?
Yeah, there's one at the. Well, not now. You know what? Give up. Die. Give up.
Because I was actually.
We'll come back to this one. Let's go do something else and let me come back to this.
Can you
fresh.
can you do one thing for me?
Sure.
Just make yourself large and try the same jump and see if you go the same distance.
I think I do.
I'm pretty sure you do. Oh, really? Okay. I actually thought it'd be the same, but I wasn't sure.
Okay. All right.
I don't remember any Mario game where, and this may just be because I didn't pay attention, but because I'm talking like Mario 1, 2, and 3. But I don't remember if you got more distance on your jumps when you're larger. Yeah, that looks. Oh, yeah. There you go. So you literally just can't make that while you're tiny.
No, I think I can. It's just way harder. Okay. So that was me jumping on the tip.
Yeah, just the tip.
All right. Hey, okay. We're feeling the rhythm, feeling the rhyme. Come on now, it's bobsled time.
Now that you have those performance-enhancing mushrooms.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Did you ever see the, we've talked about this like a billion times. I feel like, fuck! Into the magma we go.
Oh. Hey, at least they,
We did it! Woo!
Yeah, at least they also don't, like, make you lose your life like they would have done in the old ones, and then basically lose the big mushroom, and then burn some more. Maybe he'll get out. It's like asking your player to make a Constitution saving throw when they're drowning in lava.
Yeah. Mastered. It looks like I mastered the match. Prince Lord, I don't know that you were watching the same gameplay that I was. I would not say that I mastered it. No, that's not what I would say. Well, what do we got over here? Rarg in the ruins. Guns Pony, thank you. I appreciate it. I did do it. Kinda.
Yeah. Done did it.
I done it.
Yeah.
I did done it. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so these appear due to proximity. I'm not worried about these, like, disappearing on me.
Oh, by the way, anybody who likes Dyson Sphere program, they just came out with their,
oh, God.
well, I say just, but recently came out with their update for, adding, enemies to the game.
What is Dyson Sphere?
You know Factorio? The game?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dyson Sphere is like that, but you're building on planets, and, planets with, like, curvatures, actually, even. Because there is a mod for Factorio that makes it multi-planet, but you don't have any, like, curvature or anything like that. So, basically, you're building a factory, and you're trying to build a Dyson Sphere around multiple stars. And you can actually go to different stars in the solar system that you're in, or in the cluster that you're in.
Where do I want to go? Over here? Oh, when I'm not looking.
and they just added enemies to it, which is great. The enemies ended up being basically the thing they sent out the first time to do your job, to set up a Dyson sphere to collect energy. They decided that humans were not very energy efficient, and so they sent me out, you know, because second time's the charm. Really kind of a 40K kind of thing going on there, where you send some AI to take care of the first AI.
Yeah.
Because we patched it this time and nothing can go wrong.
We did it.
Yeah. I mean, if we just keep throwing things at the problem, the same thing at the problem.
Listen, it's just a question of resources.
That's true. It's just a question of manpower.
Non-manpower. Unmanned power.
Oh, sorry, I jumped a few decades.
Yeah.
Or a few
you gotta wait
10,000
for the Butlerian
years.
Jihad. Oh, speaking of Butlerian Jihad, Dune 2's coming out this year. I'm excited for it.
Oh, I am. I'm looking forward to that.
You still need to come over for movie night.
I do. I gotta do that. We should do that before the 22nd of February.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to worry about me being radioactive, possibly.
Contaminated.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's okay, I have a Geiger counter, though.
Fuck! I was so focused on the maze, I didn't even see the monster. Alright. Oh, one of these top-down mazes. Oh, this might be my favorite.
Oh, but the top is lava. It's not even the ceiling. It's whatever's behind you.
Yeah, oh shit. Oh,
okay,
fuck.
That's a pretty cool design, actually. I kind of want to do that for a trap in D&D.
Where it turns the room vertical. Oh, fuck.
No, where the walls are showing up, but also the trap is blocked by walls.
Where did I... Oh, I don't know what happened there.
I like the idea of, if the initiative order works out, you end up... The trap goes off and then hits a wall that wasn't there previously.
Well, I think that's what... Fuck, every time with that dickhead.
Where is Bowser's Guide to Dungeon Mastering?
No, for serious, though. That'd be awesome.
That'd be a great crossover right there. Where's my stat block for Bowser?
Fuck! Too far.
Legendary action. 1-up. Redo the encounter.
I mean, I guess that's what, like, you could use layer actions like that. Essentially, you complete the entire dungeon in initiative order, which I've played encounters like that before. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've done, like, Sieges of Cities before, where I'm like, you can go to the edge of the map, I'm just gonna give you more of the city, unless, like, you get close to the walls, and then city will shift to being having a wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you're in initiative order. The entire town is crawling with soldiers. Like, on the upside, there is no surprise rounds for anybody. Everybody is expecting it.
Oh, I need to create a new thumbnail for Monday. That's just a reminder. I was looking at some messages. Speaking of, though, I guess, like, IRL stuff. Oh, do you need flower coins? Yeah? How much do you need? I need to give you $50 for you to fix your own bridge. This country, Max, let me tell you, these fucking flower people, these poplins,
yeah,
they're a bunch of shitheads. Airship coming. All right.
They own the only bridge in town, huh?
Yeah.
It's very Afghanistan, though. Like, three highways going in.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she paid the toll.
Oh, okay. If we're talking about doing stuff, there's a place we should go to grab dinner, or maybe even lunch sometime.
I've been meaning to, like, I see all the meetups and stuff like that. I've been meaning to pay more attention to that so I can actually go to one.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I guess if anyone wants to join, if you're 18 or older, because we're all a bunch of 30-year-olds. Not anything against kids, and not that we have anything super racy on the server, but we have an 18 and up Discord because we're all fucking 30. We do, like, if you're in the Cincinnati area, we do in-person meetups, and the place that Hannah and I are gonna
Be meeting at Cameron's dentist.
Big, yeah, and our family dentist once again. Spa day. Come in.
It's a Pokemon gym now.
Yeah. Big. the next time we plan a thing, when it, like, maybe in February, but before the 20th, we'll do Big J's place. That's a restaurant. It's in, like, Finneytown, but it's
like
supposed to be really,
Tyrone,
really
right?
good. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Yeah, we're going in. This sorry if you, this is your first time on the stream. This is a very meandering, low energy type. What do you call it? A fucky wuddy.
Huh?
Just kind of a, you know, a little bit of a fucky wuddy. Oh, that's like a thing for me to climb. That's interesting.
I'll take your word for it.
Ooh. Right, auto scroll. Okay, so I can that's why you wanted to teach me that. Oh, look at Nintendo doing that thing. Which is, like, such an important part of game design that people don't think about or take advantage of. Broadcasting, like, a problem before it happens.
You mean, like, what Mega Man X was basically like a poster child for?
Yeah, but also, like, other people. Like, I did it in the Waterdeep campaign. Shit.
Yeah, you broadcasted that a fireball's happening by asking for a reflex or a dexterity save, right?
No, not way more obvious than that. It was Ian's.
That's pretty obvious.
Ian got a magic sword, and I had told the party ahead of time, hey, like, magic items are destructible. There is object HP in the DMG, so I might use that against you at some time.
Yeah.
But, like, there was a tournament style encounter, so they got to see the other like teams fight. So they got to see that, hey, this team is focused on destroying magic items, and then they got to see
a ranger with rust monsters. Like, oh yeah, the pets are hungry today. What'd you bring to the fight?
Yeah, I mean, basically.
Oh,
and,
I need to do that.
And then, like, they got to.
Can you get a rust monster as a pet?
I mean, not by the rules, but. You know.
Okay, because it's a beast, right? It's not a
It has to be a beast.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm sorry. Then it's a magical. Oh god, what
rust
do they call
monsters
them?
are like
Aberration?
probably aberrations. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's another name for it where it's like this thing is monster or like animal intelligence,
fiend.
but
yeah,
not like it could be natural. Well, not naturally occurring, but you get what I mean. There's breeding population in the wild.
Yeah, but anyway, so like I do it all. I show it, and then like I show it in a fight that the party's not involved in, so they see it happen, and then I gear up for it in the encounter with the same guy. I'm like, oh, this is what he's prepping to do, and Nate spends his reaction doing something else entirely.
I'm not charging my fireball.
And then I fucking hit Ian and I destroy his magic sword, and he's all pissed out. I'm like, dude, like, listen, actions have consequences, and you guys were absolutely fucking around. We found out. That's the theorem.
And then you place
axiom.
somebody outside the arena who said, I could fix that for you for some
a small
flour.
nominal fee. Oh, for some flowers. Yeah. Yeah, for a small nominal fee of 20 flower bucks.
Yeah.
Fucking this economy. I tell you what.
Got any of those poppies? Jesus, Toad, what's going on?
Ah,
Need an
shit.
intervention. The Mushroom Kingdom's really gone to hell.
Yeah. Well, this is the Flower Kingdom. It's really, it's the
Even
flower.
worse.
Yeah.
They have the yeast problem. How are you supposed to get rid of the drug dealers when they propagate using a yeast formula?
Oh yeah, one of these fuckers. All right. Well, I guess
I found out in there was a video game I was reading the patch notes for where they were like, yeah, we messed up the yeast formula, and that's why the alien infestation was getting out of hand. So the growth curve was just way too high.
Oh shit. Too low.
I was pretty happy about that.
Let me grab...
I was like, well, that would explain why, even with basically it was like it's Terra Invicta. If I mentioned that game to you, I don't know if I did. But basically it's an alien invasion happens in God, when did the war in Ukraine start? The game starts with like the map set up in the year well, I guess technically that is 2014. But it's earlier than that. It's right before COVID. So the map is set up that way, like Russia is at war with Ukraine when the game starts, and alien invasion happens. And you're basically like you start the game out playing kind of like XCOM, and you end the game playing like The Expanse. If you're familiar with...
Oh, I like that kind of change in scale. Yeah, so it's like...
Yeah, so by the end, like, you have space colonies, like, you've colonized Mars, you've colonized the moon, you're starting to colonize the outer planets.
I don't think the aliens are on a side in the war in Ukraine, but that'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
the aliens get there and they're like...
the aliens get here and they're like, they're basically like the Covenant, and they're like, so, we need you to stop killing each other so you can go die on our battles. Die on our battles. They tell you to disarm, that they're going to build guns that are pointed, basically Mac cannons from Halo, that are pointed inwards. And that they need like three full battle, or whatever they consider an army, they need 3 of those.
Those are like tribute from...
Yeah, basically our troopers that we're sending to fight for them. They consider... I guess, is it okay if I spoil things?
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna play it.
Okay. It has so it's a 4X game, but it has an absolutely awesome story. So if anybody doesn't want to hear it, speak up, or actually rather...
Forever hold your peace.
Yeah, close your ears, hide your kids, hide your wife. Because the aliens are taking all of them. So basically, you find out throughout the game by using your agents to basically investigate alien activity on Earth. That the aliens are they use pheromones to basically to domesticate other animals. And on their homeworld, there were other species that were sapient, and they just treat other sapients as domesticatable animals. So, like, they see us and they're like, why would I listen to a horse even if it can talk?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. That's essentially what their mentality is. So it's not like they are here just to wipe us out. They're actually here to, like, because they experienced first contact in the most horrible way possible, which was a devastating first strike attack of, like, we're going to orbitally bombard you with mass drivers from another system. So, like, some other alien race picked up on, like, their signals, and were like, we gotta launch everything.
Yeah.
This sounds like jazz, and we're not up for that. So, they basically launched, like, a shit ton of mass at their solar system, and, sent them back to Fallout 3.
Gotcha.
They recovered, and they went and they subjugated the hell out of that race. And they treat them horribly now.
Oh.
But they have another race that they also subjugated that basically they're just like, yeah, we treat them fine. They didn't.
Oh, you need my elephant?
They're
you
like
need my elephant, Austin?
They're like, you didn't, you know, first contact with you was not, you know, a small moon hitting our home world, and a loss of all our culture. So, you know, you find out they're rather chill as far as that goes. That at least, even though their first contact was like almost an extinction event, they don't go around extincting people, which is interesting. I actually like that part of it a lot. But you find out that they use pheromones to like domesticate everything. They used to have like a lot more races, but the biodiversity on their planet went way down after, you know, the first strike. But they gained multiple new sapient races. They basically have started building wormhole generators so that they can get to the places that have these sapient races. And they show up and they do a clandestine operation to basically subvert their, you know, their society so that they join peacefully, if possible. Otherwise, they just, you know, grind them down. The aliens have an extreme advantage in the beginning of the game because their tech is way higher than yours. But what's great is of all the races they've run into so far, humanity jumps from, like, our tech level currently to having better drives than the aliens by the end.
Yeah.
Which is, I was like, that's very Halo. You know, like, humanity sees them show up with, like, Forerunner technology and is like, damn, that's cool. It'd be cool if we had that too. And then, like, by the end of it, it's like you have Spartans. And, you have, human ships with shields. Things like that. Except in this one, we're like, the aliens have, like, torch drives. And we're, like, using antimatter. And the aliens don't even know how to make it. So the aliens start seeing us using antimatter drives, and they're like, what in the fuck? Like...
Where did... Am I going all the way back to the beginning here?
But the aliens basically show up. They try to subjugate any race that they can. You find out because they use these pheromones to, like, subjugate things, that their race happens to have a... Oh, and also, it's part of their normal conversation. So, like, they actually produce bacteria, which is part of their oral conversations. Basically, it's like they can speak their language without it, but it's like missing a huge portion of, like, its tone and meaning.
Gotcha. It's like
you learn that
and body language.
Yeah, I would say it's more like speaking Chinese without tones.
Gotcha.
Because Chinese depends heavily on, like, tonal noises to change meaning. So, like, you basically lose access to some of the more
nuance.
Some of the more nuances of, like, or even entire words, but they work around it. They actually, because they've started to subjugate other races, they actually have, like, a version of their language which is intended for, like, subject species who can't speak bacteria. But it also means that humans realize quickly that if you have to have, like, a receptor to, like, receive bacteria like that for your language, biological weapons are probably really easy to, like, engineer against them.
I just realized these little guys are popcorn.
Oh yeah, they are.
They start out as little kernels, and then when they get hot, they pop. That's cute.
That's cool.
You said you were reading you started reading A Memory Called Empire, right?
I did, yes. Yeah, so I started on that. I've gotten sidetracked somewhat.
No worries. The reason I asked is because you're talking about the pheromone communication, and it made me think of something, but I don't want to say what.
Oh, that's cool. This is the only, like, this is the only sci-fi I've ever seen it in, so that's pretty neat. There's another one.
There's a couple. There's one, an android... No.
Oh, but I guess important thing here is that the aliens, when they use it, on other races. It basically, like, almost makes them, like, high. Basically makes them malleable.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is why
They
I mentioned, like, yeah, that they domesticate other species because, like, it just makes it easy for them. And since that was, like, a built-in mechanism for them, you find out later, like, when they're trying to, like, talk with them, they're like, they don't seem to have a word for diplomat. It's somewhere between, like, diplomat, farmer, and, yeah, an animal trainer. Like, it's all baked into one. And I was like, oh, that's funny.
Damn. Oh, wait. Austin, you went this way. Interesting.
Oh,
yeah.
but,
do androids dream of electric sheep? But there's a book that's ripping off that title called Androids Dream. That has another case of aliens that communicate through pheromones and scents, and to very, like, funny and creative effect.
Huh. That's cool. Yeah, when I ran into that, I was like, that's really neat that they, like, basically are positing, like, how would something that, like, that evolved with these traits
behave
see
and think.
other, like, through their lens, what does another species even look like?
Yeah.
And, well, it's not ideal for the other species.
Yeah, it's...
And their first encounter with another species is even more, like, ridiculous. It's like, it is like the Spanish showing up. No one expects them. The orbital bombardment couldn't have been planned for. This Spanish invasion didn't use bioweapons, but the biodiversity sure did drop.
Okay, I need to get that wet. Is that what I need? Yep, grab some water. Yep.
No one expects the Spanish asteroids.
Ah, shit. Okay. Grab this. Damn it! Alright. I'll grab the bottom jar.
Need a soundboard for this.
Oh, wait, I have water. A soundboard, Cameron getting frustrated.
Yeah, Cameron cursing.
Fuck! Ooh! Oh, we're doing the swimming bubbles again! Oh, I love it. Okay, gotta get coins.
I really do love that design.
Oh, low coin. Low coin, come on. Alright, that's 3. What are the other ones? The other ones are probably on the left, right? Yeah, I love when sci-fi authors are really able to just go nuts with, like... Well, again, one of the things we spent, like, an entire live stream talking about Blackjack Geary. When, like...
They go into alien psychology a lot.
And the way
how humans
biology and psychology affect each other.
Yeah.
Like, I think we as a... I don't know what we want to call it. People, civilization, culture...
Human supremacists.
Well, that...
We haven't met anything else that isn't human.
It's rooted in our religion, right? Like, people view the mind and body as essentially separate things, not really willing to acknowledge that it's one and the same. Whereas, like, we are absolutely shaped by our worldview.
I was actually gonna say that's like a very
our senses and bodies shape our worldview.
It's very much a like 50s point of view where it's like, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, like, you know, people being like you can just willpower your way through any type of mental issue.
Yeah.
It's related, is what I mean. Because if those two things aren't related, then your willpower is just like, oh, it's this external force that allows me to overcome, you know, any physical ailment, which is like, not exactly.
And hi, hello, how are you today? That is, I think, a valid point. That is a maybe more of a Western worldview.
That too.
I mean, we do see that, like, there are other cultures that absolutely view the spirit and the body, like, as connected. But I guess I am thinking of this more in terms of an actual, like, scientific, rather than... I'm not a very spiritual person. I'm not a spiritual person at all. So, outside of, like, spirituality and religion, but, like...
approach it from a non-spiritual point of view,
yes.
Where, like, they're basically, like... They don't instantly start discussing the theological ramifications of now there's non-human intelligence and did they have their own Jesus kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, or like how does that bake into any other existing religion?
It would be so funny to me if that was the thing? Okay, just turn off all the rocks. All right, fair enough. It would be so funny to me if in the middle of some deep hard sci-fi there's just like, and this is alien Jesus. He's been with this civilization the whole time. What do you mean? What happened to you guys when you met him? We just gave him some food, and we listened to his teachings, and he changed our culture. It's great. He's been our king for thousands of years. What did you guys do to him when he visited Earth?
Oh. They're all connected, right? He knows?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, he would know.
He would know. He knows.
He looks at humanity and he's like, yeah, listen, I'm gonna subjugate you guys.
Yes. Welcome to the legions.
Yeah.
The penal legions.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's all of them, right?
You guys like legions, right?
Shortcut. Aren't we? Can't we go back to? Oh, we can like finish this world out. Okay, we'll play a little further. But then I'm getting a little sleepy boy, so this might be a shorter stream than originally planned. Ooh.
The Expanse actually is one of the only book series where like
it's got Jesus.
No, they basically have a bunch of religious leaders on their first trip to an area that contains at least alien technology. They don't know what else is there, but they are 100% sure it is non-human technology that's there, and they have a bunch of religious leaders that are on board and going with them.
That's kind of cool.
And I was like, oh, that's really neat. I wish they had done more with it, but it was still something that I'm like, you don't see that in very many sci-fi books.
Yeah.
And I'd love them to actually include that.
The wonderful. Yeah, I fucked it up.
I'm sure I'm missing some sci-fi that like does that very well. I just have only run into one.
You never read Ringworld, right?
Well, and actually,
fuck, I should say
I've run into two, and one of them is very much 40K. So
I guess that's true. They do bring their religious leaders along for the ride.
Yes. Yeah.
But their religious leaders have guns.
Yeah. Their highest religious leader is very much in favor of gun.
Oh, okay. I
was always like, I wonder if they need to do a side story in 40K about like an alien race that decided to worship the Emperor. And humanity shows up and they're just like, God, what do we do?
That's the thing that I would be most curious about. Like,
I guess they're still Xenos. We gotta get rid of them.
Yeah, like, it feels like clever Tau diplomats would
the greater good Emperor, right? Yeah. He was all about the greater good.
Yeah, he visited us. Yeah, why?
Yeah. How do you think our technology took off so quickly?
Yeah. And it's all human technology, because it was all given to us by the Emperor, so it's okay.
Yeah. He came to us.
Shit.
With our non-psychic ways.
Yeah. Yeah, he said, you guys are cool, you don't even see the warp.
Yeah.
We don't know what that is. Okay, here it is.
He turned it off.
Ah, fuck me! Alright, I gotta pay more attention this time. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I think I need a little break. I think I'm gonna take a 5-minute break and we'll come back and we'll beat this world because it feels like we're close to the end. But I need to get some more water in me, eat a little snack. So be back in 5 minutes. All right. Let's do this. All right. Ba-ba-ba. All right. Just gotta get me that wonder seed. Easy enough. Yeah, that's fine. Pay attention to the dudes and they're dropping. Get rid of that dude. Ooh, got a little greedy. Damn it. Yosh. There we go. Oh. Oh, whoa. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I kind of like this.
This looks like a, almost looks like a, how do you say, level from, Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, yeah. Final Destiny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh my god, did I really fuck it up right at the end? Yep, yep, yep. I managed it. I found a way. Boo. Okay. Okay, I'm learning. One more time. Yep, grab some stuff. Alright, give me a good power up here. Nope. I fucking suck. Alright, kill. God damn. I'm so bad. I'm so... You know what? I can't... Alright. Yeah, you know what? Let's... I think it's better just, let's,
Just end it.
Yeah, let's end this one. This is just bad. Don't save me, Yoshi.
Mario doesn't want to be saved anymore.
Yeah. Okay. God, I've gone through... You know, we breezed through the first parts of this game. This is, Alright. Well, it's a life, I guess.
Mario just keeps signing that DNR. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
They
I
just
left
keep bringing him back.
specific instructions. Oh my god, they fucking nailed me. Alright. I don't give a shit about coins. Give me a good power-up. There we go. Of course, fire doesn't make me immune to fire. That'd be crazy. Are these guys immune to
Wizards
fire?
have Fireball, but that doesn't mean they can't blow themselves up.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's in Fireball range.
Yeah. Alright, there we go. Okay. Do it one more time.
Like, what is the range on Fireball? I'm assuming most
120
encounters...
feet with a 30-foot radius?
Yeah, so it's like... It would be hard to have an encounter where it's not in Fireball range.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if I remember right, it's pretty nutty. Yeah, 150 feet with a 20-foot radius. God. Now I'm looking at the 3rd edition one where it went up by like 10 feet per level of the caster. I'm like, but why? I always love comparing it to the older edition. Oh no, it's even worse than that. It was 400 feet with 40 feet per level. And that's not like if you upcast, that's just because you are higher level.
Ooh, bubble. Bubble's good. Woo. Oh, yes. Being able to block these with a bubble is awesome. Alright. So, if I wait for the
This
last
is like a
one.
level from Doom, except that Doom guy is now throwing bubbles.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's whatever. Mario has been sent
This
against
guy.
all the evils of hell.
Yeah. Well, they killed his Yoshi. He's back for revenge.
Yeah. Yes, his
Woo, woo.
after his
woo.
appearance in Raven Rabbits, he
Oh, that just kills me? That's not even a depower? It just kills me. Alright, fine. Fine.
This is very much like what I was saying earlier, you know, roll your save for half damage against 20d6 from being submerged in lava.
Yeah, oh, the very bottom. Alright. You know what? A finish is a finish.
When your DM asks you to make the save knowing that, like, min damage still, like, kills you. Yeah, let's just see if resurrecting you brings you back as ashes.
We were talking calendar and schedule stuff. The next stage I'm gonna like? I don't know. What is this one? Dragon Boneyard. So we were talking calendar stuff, Max. Let me open up.
Oh, yeah, I think... Well, I was gonna throw it on the 17th.
For the movie?
No, for Challenger Deep. I think you said that would work, right?
Let me check real quick. The 17th in the afternoon would work.
Yeah. I think it'd basically be like what we did last time.
And then maybe the week.
No, 17th is a Saturday. Never mind. Yeah, well, that's fine.
Well, the 16th could also work if you want to do a Friday. If we wanted to get bite-sized B, I think she would be available on a Friday.
Yeah, I'll do the 16th. Neither one is really different for me, so.
Oh wait, you went up above. Well, shit.
I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to create that event.
And then
help me.
And then maybe we try and do dinner and a movie the week before.
Yeah.
Get to JJ's.
Challenger Deep Session 0.02.
I just call it another session. So I think there was some confusion last time, and I don't know that there's really any confusion. I think Tom's just kind of dumb sometimes. He gets confused easily. But I would say call it a session 0, but say session 0 and because you want to play also, right? Like
yeah. I mean, I'm just basically. I mean, the rules don't matter for RPing, so I'm like, we can still just keep going with the, you know, same story even as the rules are being hashed out. Yeah. I could restart later. It doesn't really matter to me, but I figure, you know, it doesn't change much either.
Yeah, I guess
so.
call it session 1. Because it's the next session, and the idea that the rules are like being worked is just part of that. Like that's what we're figuring out. I wouldn't call it like session 0.5 or anything. Just call it the session 1.
I'm gonna go with the Evangelion like naming scheme, like session 0 plus 3. You will not advance.
Yeah. Oh, real dragon, come to life! Oh, look at this guy! It's a never-ending story.
Holy shit!
Oh, and he shoots bubbles, and I shoot bubbles.
It seriously is a never-ending story.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Supposed
to go to that flag, right?
Well, apparently not. There's probably a secret flag here. We're just gonna kill everything. Oh, God. Woo!
Or he's doing a barrel roll. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't decide to just...
okay. His head popped out. His head popped out. Okay.
Oh!
We're learning.
He's kind of a dick.
Yeah. That was a real shithead move, Dragon.
Yeah. No warning. He's
Mario,
like,
I'm fireproof. Are you fireproof? You fucking know I'm not fireproof.
Immediately
you
after
bastard.
you brought him back from being a fossil.
Yeah. I gave you life.
I saved your life.
I
what
birthed
did you do?
You.
You had me take a saving throw against being submerged in lava.
Yeah, you had a level 1 character make a saving throw against 10 D100.
Yeah, you're
damage.
what are you, barbarian with max con? That's
Yeah.
like what, 16
Yeah,
HP
listen,
at
if I
level one?
roll all ones, you'll be fine.
Yeah, half damage on 20
Whoa, oh
D6s.
god damn it! That the cloud bumped me into the lava.
Oh, yeah. I'm behind you because I'm watching on the stream. So
Gotcha.
I was like, oh yeah. When you said you got bumped, I didn't see that yet.
Fucking shithead dragon. I do love the way he sparkles, though. And I love that they make everything essentially a Yoshi. They're like, oh, it's some sort of dragon or dinosaur, and we're going to give it a big-ass bulbous nose.
It's convergent evolution.
Cheeks. Yeah, yeah. Everything. I guess it is. It's the same way, like, Goombas all kind of...
Yeah. Yoshinization.
Yeah, everything eventually trends. Evolutionary pressure makes everything eventually trend towards a Yoshi.
Trends towards Yoshi. Selects for Yoshi.
Yeah. Listen, they have a incredible stomach that can eat. Oh, fuck! Oh, dude, that one was not cool. I felt like that was not foreshadowed.
Wow.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but that one...
He foreshadows it by showing it to you and being like, you got a 1-up?
Yeah, foreshadows your death.
If you have a 1-up, you'll remember this.
Yeah.
What did we do last time for... I think it was 7 PM, right?
Yeah, I think 7 PM works for everyone's schedule.
Yeah, I think that was fine.
And again, if we're planning...
That worked out better than I expected, actually.
3 hours, we're done by 10 on a weekend night. Like, that's just fine for most people.
I need to grab my description from the first one.
You're not going to do a custom description?
I figured I'd update it each time with a little bit more.
This time, you're a bunch of fuckers. You got some treasure. What are you going to do with it? Okay.
Last time, somebody else went through the hassle of finding this treasure. You get to bring it back.
There's a loop. Okay, so I just want to stay away from his little schnoz. Ooh.
Oh, man. Cameron, last time was when I really missed detect magic. Not blinding people with the strength.
Oh. He's coming back.
I really wish it still. I really wish it still blinded people with strength.
Are you? God damn it! I thought the dragon was coming back to do something. You tricked me, game.
Oh, was it just gonna keep juggling you?
Yeah. That at the end it just goes for a loop. Okay, now we know. Hi, XJ. Oh yeah, let me do the thing. Add friends. This is like honestly my favorite feature on the Nintendo Switch. Like we play Monster Hunter the same way. We stream, and while we stream, people just join the hunts. So good.
Okay. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer for the next Monster Hunter Max?
No.
It's not coming out this year. It's called Monster Hunter Wilds. It looks like it's gonna be like, I'd say if you're comparing the two, closer to a Monster Hunter World game than a Monster Hunter Rise game. But I'm excited because fingers crossed. I mean, not fingers crossed, but if you're down for it, like I think this will be the first time you and I will start at the same time in a Monster Hunter game, because you didn't do Rise with us, right? And I didn't do World with you.
Yeah. And I wish I had gotten... Well, I mean, I could still get into World, I just haven't. Trying to learn the mouse controls is really annoying. Or mouse and keyboard. I need to just plug a controller into my computer for it.
Oh, 100%. It's so... Like, it's designed for a controller, even on PC.
Yeah.
But...
Definitely.
But we'll play some Monster Hunter Wilds when it comes out.
Hey, I saw that book you had that you were posting pictures of with what is this? A Bararian, how do you pronounce that? Polycodal? It's basically a large, prehistoric fish. You have, like, a monster manual for, like, dinosaurs, don't you?
Oh, yeah, Dr. Fro... Hold on. If you're watching the stream, you're talking about Dr. Frolin's Dictionary of Dinosaurs?
Yes. And,
yeah.
like, you have the fish that cannot survive its own body weight. Like, it will cook itself.
Yeah, so, okay.
Or, I should say, modern like equivalents of this fish would cook themselves.
Name it again.
It's on page. I'm not even gonna try to say it again. It's on page 66.
Let me show the picture. It's page 66.
It says
Baharian polycoctylid.
Is that actually the fish, or is that the
thing the thing's
killing
hunting it? Yeah.
That's what I thought, because it even says large beast plesiosaur, and I was like, plesiosaur. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So it's these things.
But does it have rules for the fish that they're hunting?
Because
I need giant like
I'll give you the
giant
categories
tuna
real quick.
to like fight a party. Can the party defeat a giant tuna?
So there's the Yixian Formation, the Baharia Formation, Hattig Island, the Credo Formation, and then the rest of the alphabet. I'll next time we're hanging out in person, I'll let you take a look at the book. It's awesome. This is
I need to take a look at that.
After I
What are the challenge ratings for things in that book? Like, is it?
Oh, that's the other great thing. It gives you high challenge rating beasts, which are missing right from the game. So it's like, my druid can.
I was gonna say there's a pretty good reason for that. Polymorphin druids in particular.
Megalosaurus is challenge rating,
which is disappointing that they have to be careful about basically giving us high challenge rating beasts because it would skew certain classes.
Yeah. So what they do is they give rules for custom dinosaurs. So like an ancient Tyrannosaurus Rex, if I can put it on camera, is challenge rating 13. Where
what's its breath weapon?
It's got a multi-attack, strongest bite, tail slam. It's got an iconic bellow. Yeah. So it's one of the few things I kickstarted. I do not have 25 yet. Okay. Hi, Mythical God 909. We are playing some Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
A fantastic job.
It's so good. So I'm essentially going to be doing a campaign where you're a park ranger in Chult. After Avernus Rising. So this won't be till like next year. Basically.
So we get out of Helterel and we go to Australia.
These would definitely be new characters. My version of
I like the idea of just keeping
goes to level 20. So you would be you'd actually be over leveled even for the dinosaurs.
Once you've made it through hell.
Alright, popcorn, clear out.
Once you've seen hell, you've seen everything.
Yeah.
Except Australia.
Yeah. Well, and there's other things that are happening in Helterel that would you'll see what happens.
Helterel needs a new park ranger.
Oh, little chompers. Oh fuck, so many. God damn it. Too many. Fucking flying piranha bastards. Okay, I can firebolt these. There's one more. Where is it? Oh, okay, I see you. Yeah. Eat your num-nums. Alright. Get up. Oh! Yep, save. Saved. Oh, fun! Yeah,
Should I reuse the thread from last time since we put information in there?
No, the best practice is create a new thread with the event using sesh.fyi, which I did. Go check the GM lounge. I have more detailed instructions for you.
Okay.
For everyone, basically.
Well, I'm just actually using my previous one to go. I'm going through and just filling it in based on each of the tabs.
Well,
are you
doing it on the Discord, or are you doing it in sesh?
In sesh.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll...
I did the bare minimum to create the event under the TTRPG channel, and then I went into sesh and went through... I'm going through each tab right now to make sure they match.
Gotcha. So in sesh, it'll create the thread and automatically add people for you if you do the integration.
Yeah. I'm setting that up right now, and that's where I was like, oh, the thread title. I kind of wanted to keep the history from the last one, so I'll just have to move it over myself.
Yeah, shit.
That's okay, though.
Yeah, that's what I do, is I manually... I move things over, but I create a new thread title because the event has a new title. I don't... because the events are structured by the date, like you put the date as the first part of the event name. Ooh,
yep,
come here, Peach.
I'm fixing that right now.
Oh my god, I can't believe I missed you. I'm sorry. I let you down, Austin. Devil Jojo. Yeah, I'm excited for more Monster Hunter. It's been a minute since we played some.
I really do miss World. I should have gotten a character...
When we started?
Geared up way... like a long time ago.
It's okay. We'll Wilds, I think, will be even more fun. Kill this dude.
And I play dual swords like it's Tekken.
So you said you created the event?
I'm still working on it. Well, I did, but it was... I just created it, and it should be...
Oh, I just want to make sure I join it.
I believe it's correct now, so... And I'm going to join as the DM, so...
Sweet. And then, because you didn't put a tag, reply to the event with @TTRPGplayer to let people know that it's, like, created. Send out the ping.
Ah, I see. So let's see here. I created it under TTRPG, though.
No, so people will see it, but they won't get a notification about it unless they get the ping. Because some people,
do I just, like, reply to my own...
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
I right-click, hit reply, and say, @TTRPG, here's the next Challenger Deeps event. Just so that people see it if they have, like, if they want to sign up, but they don't have their notifications on, or however.
Okay.
Well, make sure you do the @TTRPGplayer so it gives people the ping.
Yep. Can you do that afterwards?
It won't send a ping out if you do it as an edit. You can delete it. And that's when you create an event in Sesh, you can set it up so that it does the ping automatically when it first creates the event. Oh, was this just a shortcut back to, okay, I mean, it's Bowser's Castle time. Or not Bowser's Castle, Bowser Jr.'s castle.
There we go.
Sorry. That's the hashtag. You want to do @TTRPGplayer for the ping.
I was actually trying to do @TTRPG, and I didn't. Ah, I see it now. Okay. Hold on.
About this castle's the next one.
One more time. There we go.
Yeah. Alright, we got some wheels. Oh shit, sinking wheels. Okay, good to know. Is that
Oh, it's your friend.
Yeah.
The one who drove you in. Yeah. Who's like, I'm immune to lava, so should you. Everybody's got fire immunity, right?
Yeah. Ah, shit. Fuck this guy. And you know what? Fuck that guy. Oh, that's an interesting wheel. Why would it be up there? That would just kill me, wouldn't it?
Well, that seems to be par for the course.
Yeah.
That just looks suicidal. Oh, yeah, it is.
But I can still grab it. Because I'm a clever, clever boy. And can we do this? Hey! Oh, it's a single flower coin. A buck? Fine. I gotta use one. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Austin. Grab this. Alright. Let's get... Oh. Wow, Wonder Seed time.
Yeah, what's the conversion rate between normal coins and flower coins? Yeah.
I mean, it feels like it's definitely not 1 for 1.
Yeah.
But also it appears that flower people, like, eat their currency.
But why do you have 690 of their currency and only 21?
Does
it not persist through levels?
Well, the regular coins, every time I get 99, I get a life. So what that implies is, right, the Mushroom Kingdom has very expensive life insurance.
Yeah, actually mandatory.
Yeah, mandatory and expensive medical insurance.
They buy your currency back for life insurance.
Yeah.
For mandatory life insurance. That's everybody in this nation will be insured.
Yeah.
That won't do anything to inflation. Well, I guess depending upon how much they're insured for.
Oh shit, that just fucking killed me. My bad.
I do like the idea, though, instead of having state-funded healthcare, you have state-funded life insurance. We're not even gonna try.
Yeah, no healthcare, just life insurance.
Yeah.
Listen, you're gonna die. We're just gonna be ready for it.
One of these is a guaranteed.
Shit.
Look, you're gonna become a tomato. Or a slime. I don't know what you are right now. You look like a tomato.
Maybe a tomato-flavored Jell-O. Just the worst.
Is this the tomato that goes in lasagna? Actually, the kind of, that's more of a movie and cartoon thing, isn't it?
What?
That Mario likes his lasagna.
Yeah, he doesn't, I mean...
There's never been an item in game for it, right?
The closest thing would be Paper Mario. But he eats all sorts of foods in that. Which, oh, Hannah, like, that'll be something we stream. Hannah really likes Super Mario RPG, so we're gonna be doing Paper Mario at some point.
Cool. I need to see that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll make sure you're there. Like, we can do it together. That'd be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Especially because, like you said, it's not a tactics style game, but you seem interested in the Mario combat.
It is like a class. It seems like a classic RPG, like a
yes.
Almost like a Final Fantasy. Like a old 1 through 3 or 4. Actually, it goes all the way up to 6, doesn't it? Before they switch to 3D.
And it's weird because 6 was 3 in America.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm actually used to the numbering you see on Steam because remember my first Final Fantasy was 13. So
Oh, fuck.
I learned the numbering from Steam and Android, which means I got them in the actual, like, the correct order.
Oh, gotcha.
Because they gave us all, like, a 1 through 6 at the same time.
Alright.
It's really weird.
Lava World? Oh, people are... Oh, fuck. Okay, he can just go straight up. Got it. Woo! Oh, shit, there's 3 of them. Nope. No, thank you. One more. The big revolutionary change of... Oh, god damn it.
Wow.
Okay.
That's excessive.
Yeah, but I know which one it is. Oh, no, I don't. Ah. Damn it. I lost track of where mine was. I was like, where the fuck am I? Alright.
You're like fighting against like a level 5 wizard, and he's like, I activate my layer ability? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Flame wave?
Yeah.
Wall of fire as a free action? Wait, what?
Alright, let's grab this.
It doesn't matter if you make a reflex save.
Oh my
anyways.
god.
Half damage would kill you.
I guess it doesn't matter. I don't need the bubbles. Okay, so this time I'm not gonna get hit first thing, like an idiot.
Nice.
Alright, do your dance. Yep, jump up, pop out, let me get ya. Yeah, that's right, I'm Mario. I beat the shit out of this little kid. I don't give a fuck.
It makes him feel big and important.
Yeah. Jump. Jump. Oh, fuck. Alright, well, there's a hit. Let me get that. Oh, nope, that was stupid. I was like, oh, can I beat the animation? No, I can't. Don't be a fool. Alright.
You attack them in their invulnerability frame?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So let's keep track. Help me keep track. He's the one on top.
Yeah, but I'm also delayed. So I'll tell you after.
Ah, shit. Can we get him though? Hey! That worked out. That worked out just fine.
He was the one on the right.
We did it!
I roll a perception check for hindsight.
Yeah.
Instead of an insight, I roll a hindsight check.
Well, this is another world done. I think we just have one more world left. So I think this might be the end of this stream because it is 9 o'clock. I got work in the morning. If we're this close to the end of the, like, is it like one more level or one more world?
Gotta make sure those planes don't explosively decompress.
Yeah.
Well, unexpectedly.
Yeah.
It's okay if it happens unexpected, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a feature, not a bug. Why does this wall have a window down?
No, okay. I gotta get to sleep because I gotta get up early in the morning tomorrow. We'll do. I was planning on not streaming next week, but I'll stream next week so we can finish out the game next week.
Have you considered adding, controls for passengers who want to get a little breeze?
let's go back to the pedal aisles. So yeah, if you're new to the stream, thanks for hanging out. I do a Zelda game on Mondays. Well, whatever I do on Mondays. Sometimes it's Monster Hunter, sometimes it's Zelda, but right now I'm playing through Tears of the Kingdom. Tuesdays, Danny does art. Wednesdays, Nate streams, and right now they're going back through Elden Ring. Although this past Wednesday we did Baldur's Gate, which was a ton of fun. And then Thursday, I'm gonna beat Super Mario Bros. Wonder. That'll be the goal next Thursday. Now that we have unlocked Bowser's Castle, we'll come back and we'll finish it out, and maybe we'll do some of the special world stuff.
And I join whenever Cameron is doing this and try to get him to explain very complicated fictional universes while playing this.
Yeah. Max is keeping tally on how many times he's made me kill myself.
Yeah.
As I use
my layer action.
Thought. You know, it's
layer
funny
action,
because
explain fictional universe.
It's happened multiple times now. And we didn't get to talk to the thing I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about the real universe. I want to talk about Peru. We'll do that next week.
Oh yeah.
Put it on the list. Because you've sent me a bunch of stuff about the were they the Incans?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I wanna dig into that a little deeper to prep for going to Peru.
Sounds good. If you enjoy communism and living in an environment that doesn't support humans, the Incas are for you.
Yeah. You know what?
They had two choices and they went up.
Yeah. Okay. We'll save this button for the next stream. We're gonna save right here.
Yeah. Save your progress, Cameron, on our conversation.
Yep. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks for playing. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.